Mexican toppings. Plus Arby's tangy cheddar cheese sauce. Try Arby's new chili beef and cheddar.
Viva Arby's!
A combination any real hombre will appreciate.
Jim Bostwick Pontiac's used car shopping guide. Jim Bostwick Pontiac, your 3-month or 3,000-mile powertrain warranty used car dealer. Here's an 85 V6 Fiero SE, a 4-speed with air and only 5,000 miles, just $99.50. An 83 9-passenger Parisienne wagon with 47,000 miles, only $74.95. Or get an affordable 81 Chevy conversion van, a low $61.50. Now at Jim Bostwick Pontiac, downtown Main Bar.
A big budget show like this. Can you see back there, Venice? And there's a little gondolier going back and forth. It's very exciting, very exciting. As you all know, in the States, it's President's Day, and we have some very special guests here tonight in our audience that flew all the way over. They are actual descendants and relatives of the men who have helped to make the United States the great country that it is. The men who have held the #1 office in this country, President of the United States. So I thought I would walk over and introduce them all to you back in the country, okay? Okay. We'll start with you. If you would stand up and tell us your name.
I'm Paul Washington from San Antonio, Texas. And I'm the descendant of Samuel Washington, a full brother of George.
Well, that's just wonderful. Pleasure to meet you. Next.
Ramel Adams. I'm descended from John and John Quincy Adams.
Just great. What a lovely thing. Thank you for coming. Please stand up and tell us who you are.
My name is Rob Coles, and I'm a 5th great-grandson of Thomas Jefferson.
Great. Just great. Okay. Next.
Lucy Taylor Carnesdale. I'm a descendant of James Madison and Thomas Jefferson.
Fabulous. How lovely you to come.
Jean Campman, descended from James Monroe.
Just grand. Thank you so much. Next.
Hi. Barbara Murphy. I'm the 6th great-granddaughter of Andrew Jackson.
I'm Walden Whitmer. I'm related to Martin Van Buren.
I'm John Harrison, from Melbourne, Florida, descended from William Henry Harrison and Benjamin Harrison.
I'm Will Gunner, and I'm the 4th great-grandson of John Tyler.
I'm Frances Polson from Ottawa, Canada, and I'm descended from Zachary Taylor.
James Buchanan Henry IV, great-grandson of James Buchanan Henry, the nephew of the bachelor president, James Buchanan.
I'm Tom Colt from Montvale, New Jersey. I'm descended from Andrew Johnson of Tennessee.
I'm Mike Erickson, descendant of Ulysses S. Grant, 4th great removed.
I'm Burke Hayes from Washington, D.C., a 2nd great-grandson of Rutherford B. Hayes.
I'm Sally Garfield from Orange County, great-great-granddaughter of President Garfield.
I'm Olivia Garfield from Pasadena, and I'm the great-great-granddaughter of President Garfield.
And I'm Tom Cleveland from Milton, Massachusetts, and I'm the grandson of Grover Cleveland.
I'm Bob Howard from Orange County, California. I am the nephew of, thank you, I'm the nephew of William McKinley, 25th President of the United States, and my grandmother lived with him in the White House during her life, so that's...
I'm Corinne Roosevelt, and I'm from Washington, D.C., and I'm the great-great-granddaughter of Theodore Roosevelt.
Peter Taft. I am a grandson of William Howard Taft. I live here in L.A.
I'm Thomas Sayre from Morganton, North Carolina. I'm the great-grandson of Woodrow Wilson. My father was born in the White House.
Hi, I'm Becky Roosevelt. I'm the youngest granddaughter of Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
This one's a reach. My great-great-grandfather's brother was Harry S. Truman's grandfather. But I work here on the lot, and you didn't have anyone for Harry S. Truman. I'm one of your pages, and I said, hey, someone's gonna stand up for him.
I'm O.P. Bobbitt, Austin, Texas. My wife of 37 years was sister of Lyndon B. Johnson.
All just stand up. I just think it's wonderful. Just wonderful. Thank you all so much for being And now Maybelline has developed some fantastic, sexy new products, real beauty breakthroughs. So let's take a look to see what's new. Presidents to commercialism. That's what makes America great. We'll be right back with Cloris Leachman, singer, dancer, Tommy Tune, and self-made millionaire Percy Ross after this message of interest, okay? Okay.
Have you heard the news from Maybelline? There's a brand new form of eyeshadow that lights up your eyes with pearly color like nothing before. New Powder Eye Pearls. Who gives you the pearliest, most radiant colors around? Maybelline, of course, with a special wand applicator that leaves your eyes glowing with pearly lights that shimmer and glimmer. So spread the news and make your eyes beautiful. New Powder Eye Pearls from Maybelline, the shadow experts.
I can't believe it. In just 1 week, I lost enough weight to actually see the difference.
SlimFast is making a pledge. Give us a week, we'll take off the weight.
I used SlimFast for breakfast and lunch. It was delicious, and in just 1 week, I lost weight.
The SlimFast plan can live up to its pledge because each shake is a nutritious, low-calorie meal.
My husband didn't think I could lose the weight.
Boy, was I wrong.
The SlimFast pledge. Give us a week, we'll take off the weight. Also try delicious SlimFast nutrition bars.
I'm confused with all those ads on TV. I don't know where to get my muffler fixed.
When you need a new muffler, your exhaust system checked, or your brake system checked, take your car to Fair Muffler. The inspections are free and there is no obligation. When you bring your car in, they'll show you what's wrong and what needs to be replaced. Brake pads, shoes, drums, and rotors all checked at no obligation, and Fair Muffler promises to tell you how much it's going to cost before the work begins.
I'm not confused anymore. Fair Mufflers is the place to go.
See your yellow pages under mufflers.
Hi, Rich Hall here at Pizza Election Headquarters, where we're down to the final week of voting for America's favorite Pizza Hut pizza. And so far, the turnout has been overwhelming as hundreds of thousands of people from Boise to Boston and towns in between try to win a pizza week for a year. But we still need your vote. That's you, Americans, you Birminghamsters, you Quad citizens. This is your last chance to win a pizza week for a year. So go to Pizza Hut and vote sausage, vote pepperoni, but vote.
Venetian air makes the orchestra sound great. My first guest has just celebrated her 40th anniversary in show business, and believe me, she's a lot to celebrate. She won an Oscar for her wonderfully sensitive performance in The Last Picture Show, and 6 Emmys. That's a lot of Emmys, including 2 for her portrayal as Phyllis on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. These days, she can be seen on Saturday nights on NBC, The Facts of Life. Will you please welcome Cloris Leachman. Now you look great.
Well, I was on the worst dressed list of Star recently, and I alternate. Sometimes on the best dressed, and then the next year I'll be on the worst dressed. But it said they got a 3-year-old picture of something. I was accepting something for the Hebrew, with the helping the Jews of the world, and I wore something appropriate that you help Jews in the world with, you know, on stage and nice and appropriate. And then another time I was with my daughter, and we were going to the ballet or something, and I wore a sort of a cute flat shoe stuff, and it said she's just hopeless. She just can't make up her mind whether she wants to be a matron or a street punker. And what they don't know is we do all that
You
stuff.
want to be
That's
everything.
what we're doing.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, because I like to wear different things. My daughter gets crazy. Doesn't your daughter get embarrassed sometimes? I'll come down
well,
and
the other night I had gone to rehearsal, and I had on some kind of tight things and a big thing over it. And what do you call those things that ballet dancers wear, those sweat things right around your ankles?
Yes.
That you push down?
Warm-up things.
Well, I had them right here. And we were just about to go into a really nice restaurant, and she said, "Oh, Mom," she said, "yeah." And she got up, and like this, in front of the 2 doors with people waiting, she went down like this, and, you know, and like this. And then she got over on this side and went like this, and like this. And all, I mean, and people were lovely, people waiting, and we went in looking wonderful.
But you look great today.
So embarrassing not to know, you know.
Yeah, but you shouldn't know. You have a good time, except you're getting very eccentric, I heard. I heard you talk to yourself on the Facts of Life.
No, I'm saying my lines. Who says I talk to
one of the stagehands said she just walks around talking to herself.
What do they know? They're
Yeah.
pushing that stuff all day long. They push, and they look up, and somebody's saying, you know, you can do all kinds of things by yourself. Don't you talk to yourself?
I talk to myself. I try not to make my lips move, so they think it's some other idiot. You know what I mean? I sing in the car when there's nobody there. Do you ever turn the radio?
Oh, that's when I do it all.
And you sing in the car, and you stop, and somebody sees you, and you pretend you're talking to a midget next
I
to you.
do that, too.
I do that all the time.
All the time.
When they stop and pull over. Now,
I talk down as if there's a baby down there or a little dog down
exactly.
there.
You just had a big 40th birthday party, which I wasn't asked to. Thank you very much.
Well, it's either you or them, Joan. Now, if you want to be a nice girl.
Nobody invited me to 40 years in the business.
You have to decide if you want to be nice to the Facts of Life girls. And if you are, they'll...
I am very nice. Here we go again. They're chunky
Now,
girls.
don't
Cloris, they should lose weight. They should thank me for this. Do they want to be big fatsos all their life?
Girls, I tried.
Are you making them lose weight? Because you're a big health addict.
Well, Mindy's not eating bread at meals or in between meals.
And
we have lunch every day, and I'm actually eating more than anybody, I think, now.
Good.
No, but everybody's, you know, I realize, though, it's a lot more than losing weight or gaining weight. First of all, if you didn't have contrast, you know, you couldn't be thin if other people didn't weigh more than you did. You know, there were people, you know, in Buchenwald who were thinner than you.
Yes, yes.
So it is relative. And it's not about weight, I've learned. It's about what...
Whatever you say. I don't quite get the analogy, but keep going.
Ask me because I want you to be clear. What is it?
No, yes, but it's nice for people to eat good foods. You, of all people, you're the one who make people not smoke.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, what were you confused about?
We got a Buchenwald rest.
No, I'm saying it's all relative. Yes. You're really grossly fat compared to some people who are extremely thin.
Yes, yes.
And it's like you can never be pretty enough, or never young enough, or never rich enough, or never thin enough, or never anything enough.
But you never worry about your weight. You won a beauty contest how old were you when you won the contest? You were Miss
20.
Chicago. 20. Yeah.
But it isn't like you never worry. No, I don't worry, but you make oh, it's a long story.
Yeah, but
it's not important. It's irrelevant.
Oh, it's important if you have a good body. Then
it's important to be healthy, and it's important to feel good about yourself. Or if you don't feel good about yourself, then you get to kvetch a lot. I'm using a lot of Yiddish expressions. I don't know why.
It's like your Jewish period. This should be blue and white.
It is. I want you to
tell me about the party. It's what I want to hear. Who was there? Was Mary Tyler Moore there? Was Valerie there?
Valerie was there. Mary sent a really hilarious tape that was awfully funny. I mean, some people think it was her finest performance. And Mary, thank you. You were darling and wonderful. Where do you look into the light here?
The one, the red one.
No, that's not the camera part. Is it that red light?
The red light tells you which camera's on.
I know that, but is that great big thing? It looks like a television set all by itself.
Yes. What do you use on your show?
What?
Don't you have cameras on your show?
Yeah, but they don't have those great big things.
They don't have...
No, go... This is...
No, let's...
Boring.
Some nights we connect more than others. Sometimes... We're connected enough, you and I.
I've been up since real early working so hard, and I thought, why tonight?
Do you take vacations?
But I don't like to take vacations, because I love... I mean, I don't like all these resort things where they... It's terrible. It's not my idea of fun. It's not my idea where you go and play golf or tennis or eat all this stuff that's lined up. It's full of mayonnaise and stuff. I mean,
so you don't hang out near your set at lunch.
I don't like group things that are all planned so you'll have fun. I like to go the odd way
What
and
do
the
you
byways
do?
of life.
What would you call a good vacation?
Well, Venice is good, and I did that. I just did that not long ago. But to find the little unusual places, a little restaurant where somebody owns it himself or herself, and you're greeted by real people who say, come in, have a little taste of this, you know.
Now, your whole career, though, has been, you've done very unusual things, and it's worked for you. You were the, which I bet nobody knows, you were the original mother on Lassie, and you left it.
I wasn't the original mother. Jan Clayton was first. Then I came in and adopted the little boy, Timmy, when Tommy grew too big. Tommy Reddick grew too big. But I always say I was Lassie's mother.
And you left the show.
Well, I began to look so much like the dog. I had long hair and a long nose, and I just thought it was time to, you know.
How do you know, like, when you leave a show, which is gainful employment for an actress, do you know what I'm saying? Weren't you worried you wouldn't act again for a while? Were you worried at all about that?
No. I always knew there'd be another streetcar coming along. I always felt that, and there always is. I thought, well, I was born at a certain time of the world, and people were acting before I was born, and long after I'm gone, there'll be people acting, and I'm doing other things. I suppose there'll probably be enough room for me.
Now, how did you have the courage to go into acting? You came from a very small little town where your mother used to worry about water. I loved reading about that. Explain that, because I love that.
Well, it wasn't even a town. It was, it was between Des Moines and Altoona on Route 6 there. The cars would go by, and we had a well that would dry up every summer, and she'd have to go in Mary's little wagon, my sister's little wagon, to go pump water 2 acres away. And Bud Abbott played next door. He was next door. We used to play doctor when I was 3. Thank you, Bud. Thank you, Bud. And anyway, all of the people in houses every few acres really worked for the Register and Tribune in Des Moines, so they weren't farm people. But out from there were farms. And so we grew up there kind of all by ourselves. But
this is your mother would wash the asparagus in the water, then she would wash you in the water.
Yes. And then she'd scrub the bathroom floor, the kitchen floor, and throw it out in the flowers. That's right.
I just think it's wonderful.
It's true.
Yeah. God. It's just a whole different background, because in Larchmont we did just the opposite. I know you have to leave, because they said they're
No,
holding a big
I wanted to tell you about that.
But we have to do a commercial.
Well, I just want to tell you that my ancestor, William Claiborne, cast the final vote in Congress that made Thomas Jefferson president. So I wanted to be part of that.
That's wonderful. All right. I'm sorry you have to leave. We'll be right back with Tommy Hughes and self-made millionaire Percy Walls of his Mr. Business, so don't go anywhere. Okay.
I don't hide my real feelings. Do you? I express them, show what I'm really made of. Even the way I wear my hair shows how I feel, either up or long and natural. But I always wanted healthy looking, so I use Clairol Condition. Condition products are good for my hair. Protein-enriched shampoos and treatments, alcohol-free styling mousses, even hairsprays that won't dull or dry out my hair. Good, healthy-looking hair says a lot about someone. Condition hair care. Come on, show them what you're really made of.
So these are Tyson chicken chunks. Mmm, golden crispy outside. 100% tender chicken inside. Mmm, delicious.
Tyson chicken chunks. Great tasting chicken in a bite-sized chunk.
Of all the new cars sold in the U.S., the #1 trouble-free car was a Toyota. #2, a Toyota. #3, 4. In fact, 6 of the top 10 were Toyotas. Presenting the 1987 Toyotas. Who could ask for anything more?
Pepsi Hoosier hysteria is building. Match winning basketball scores and numbers inside Pepsi-Cola products, and you could win one of 10 trips to the NCAA Final Four in New Orleans, or one of 4 87 Olds Calais. Catch Pepsi Hoosier hysteria.
It's tax time, and at Ben Davis Chevrolet, they don't want to pay the tax man any more than you want to. So right now, you can get 3.9% financing or a $500 cash rebate on S10 trucks, up to a $1,200 rebate on selected Buicks, Olds, Pontiacs, and Chevys, and a 6-year, 60,000-mile limited warranty on most GM cars. Chevys, Buicks, Olds, Pontiacs, trucks. Ben Davis has a terrific selection. Ben Davis Chevrolet, Olds, Buick, Pontiac on State Road 8 West in Auburn.
Heck of a way to go.
Yep.
Way I hear it, never had a chance.
Nope.
Pauper's grave, no family. Galder and shame. One last look, just out of respect. Why not?
Pretty young for a transmission.
Ought to be humming along in third gear.
Way I heard it, took it in for an inspection. Never made it off the table.
If they'd only known about Russ Moore transmission. #1 in Fort Wayne for over 30 years.
No doubt about it. Be alive today.
Yep.
WFFT-TV, Fort Wayne, Super 55.
Has won 5 Tonys for acting, directing, and choreography, all rolled into one. The Washington Post called him Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, and Ray Bolger, again, all rolled into one. He has a new musical coming to Broadway, I think it's on Broadway now, about klutzy tap dances called Stepping Out. Right now, he's here with us to perform Top Hat. Will you please welcome Mr. Tommy Tune?
Beautiful music, I just got an invitation through the mails. Your presence requested this evening. It's formal, top hat, white tie and tails. Nothing now can take the wind out of my sails. Because I'm invited to step out this evening in top hat and white tie and tails. I'm putting on my top hat, tying up my white tie, brushing off my tails. Duding up my shirt front, putting in the shirt studs, polishing my nails. I'm stepping out, my dear, to breathe an atmosphere that simply reeks with class. And I trust that you'll excuse my dust when I step on the gas. Then I'll be there, putting down my top hat, mussing up my white tie, dancing in my tails.
just stand up and do something. Just a quick little step again. I just go crazy when you dance.
It works so well on rugs.
When did you start tapping?
My little thing?
Do you want it? Do you want it?
I
Here.
must have it. Oh, look, there's a bird between my legs.
That's Venice. Now, when did you start tapping? How old were you and you realized you were going to be... How old were you?
I was born tapping.
Yes.
But my first proper lesson was at 5.
And what made them decide to give it to you? How do parents know here's something that's
Nobody knows. It was predestined. My parents met at a ballroom dance. He asked her to dance. They introduced each other while waltzing around, and here I am.
And you're half... No, you're a quarter Shawnee.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that I
Shawnee.
look at you, because I know you now about 10 years, but now that you say that, you can see a lot of Indian in you.
It's the spiritual side of me is Shawnee. You know, the rest of me is, what, cowboy, I guess. Did you know that the Shawnees lived in trees? They were forest Indians.
Lived really in the...
They lived in the trees, yes. I found that out.
Have you ever, like, traced back your roots and found ancestors?
Well, it's hard because there were so many tribes and they were split asunder. The Shawnees were ruled by 2 twin brothers. That was redundant. 2 twin brothers. Twin brothers.
Twin brothers, right.
Tecumseh and Tenskwatwa. And then they split. Oh, you don't want to hear this. What else? I love being here in Venice.
Now, you've been in Venice before, though.
Yes, this is better, though, than the last time I was in
Here's
Venice.
a picture of you. Tell a story first, and we'll show you the picture of you last time in Venice.
Have you ever heard of aqua alta?
Is it a drink?
Well, it is water. It means tall water, nothing to do with long drink of water. Aqua alta is something that happens at Thanksgiving time in Venice. It's high tide. It comes in and covers the entire first floor of Venice. So I was coming down from my second floor room in the hotel, and the lobby is submerged up to here. The guests are supplied with hip boots, and you walk around. The concierge gives you your key. You're giving them postcards to mail. The piano bar is up. Everything's up, water. And you go out for the day, you come back at the night, the rugs are down, the carpets, everything's down, ladies are there having their drinks, silk stockings, all of that. It's aqua alta. The next morning, the same thing. And that picture is in San Marcos Square. That's me in my hip boots.
Look at you.
It's really true.
Camera 4?
Oops.
Well,
this is a very expensive show. That shouldn't happen.
That shouldn't happen.
Hi, Joan.
Hi, Joan. There you are in Venice.
Aqua alta.
Isn't that wild? It's wonderful. I'm so glad
I loved
you flew
it.
over
The people
to
of
be with
Venice hate it, but I love it.
Yeah, but because we love it because we can leave.
Yes.
Also, we haven't got property that's sinking.
Yeah, it's sinking.
As we're talking, this whole set is just going slowly. We'll be right back with more of Tommy Two at this message of interest, so don't go anywhere.
Can't get air.
Before and Afrin.
It worked.
For relief without drowsiness or jitters, Afrin's the spray doctors and pharmacists recommend most.
Stuffed.
Before and Afrin.
Mommy can't get Chris a softer, safer swab than Q-tips. Because Q-tips has 50% more cotton at the tip. Isn't that a good feeling?
Q-tips, a swab by any other name, just isn't the same.
A waxy stick for chapped lips? Wax is for candles. Vaseline lip therapy's for lips.
It's better because it covers more completely. It not only heals, it helps prevent chapping.
With Vaseline lip therapy, you may never get chapped lips again.
The Papermate metal roller pen dries fast, so it doesn't smudge or smear like the leading rollerball pen.
The Papermate metal roller. Neater is better.
Let us put a little panache in your life at 2807 East State.
Bodigan Chrysler Plymouth Dodge in Kendallville realizes that today's car buyers look for additional incentives before committing to anything. And at Bodigan, you'll find more incentives than you could hope for, like low 3.7% Chrysler financing, or rebates of up to $1,000 on Bodegan's large inventory of new and used cars, trucks, and vans. And a small-town commitment to service is a matter of pride to the entire Bodegan team. All the incentives are at Bodegan Chrysler Plymouth Dodge on Main Street in Kendallville.
The Joan Tones.
The Joan Tones.
Over here in Venice. Now, Stepping Out is already on Broadway, and it's a plot close to my heart because you take klutzes and make them into dancers.
Yes, just like you.
Yes.
And it was just...
Yes.
You remember when we did our dance together, and you couldn't do it, and you went crazy, and went, I can't do this, I won't be ready for the show, and then you got it, and then we did it, and the ratings went up?
Yes.
All right, that's what my show is. It's about 10 yous. There are people that study tap dancing in this little church basement, and halfway through the show, they get an invitation to appear on a benefit. And they say, okay, we'll do it. And then they get nervous and freaked out and panicked and everything, and they work real hard, and, you know, you get to know them. And at the end of the show, they do their number, and they do it. And the audience responds. It's like Rocky, you know, they cheer them on.
But everybody, I think in their heart, wants to be a tap dancer. I think there's one person out there. Wouldn't you love to be able to be Fred Astaire and tap down the street? I mean, just fabulous, the whole thing.
Florence just told me, she said, that's what I want to do. I want to be a tap dancer.
That's why when you came over and said, oh, just move your feet some more. But you didn't want to be a tap dancer. You wanted to go to the ballet.
I wanted to be a ballet dancer, yes. I love ballet, but...
Why couldn't you?
Well, look at me. Can you see these legs in tights? Here's what happened. I came back from being away a summer of intense growing, and I looked in the mirror in the studio, and I was in these tights, and I said, Tommy, you're going to have to be another kind of prince. This won't do my... you know, come on, I'm not the type's type.
But you grew very quickly. Didn't your parents think you were ill with polio?
Oh, yeah, this was before SALT. And I woke up one morning, and I had no control over anything. I was in excruciating pain, and I couldn't walk. And so they rushed me to the hospital, and it was growing pains, thank God.
And they really could, it was that traumatic
well,
thing?
Well, the bones grew faster than the muscles could adapt to, so I had no control over them. But thank God I had learned to dance before that, or I probably wouldn't be dancing.
Now, you've had a very strange career. You were on Broadway, and you won Tony for an actor's role in Seesaw.
Yes.
Right. And then you didn't work for 10 years as an actor. Why was that?
At least 10 years.
At least 10 years? Was longer than that?
Yeah, it was 10 years, at least. At least. It seemed like 20. I don't know. I think I got stuck up, you know, because I won the Tony and ta-dum, and I thought I was hot stuff. And that's a very, you know, that's a big turnoff. But it worked out great because nobody asked me to sing and dance and act on their stage, so I went into directing. So I've had whole other career directing, and I've been very lucky about getting good shows, and I've been successful with that. So, you know, it all works out.
If you had to choose, I always ask this of people because it's always interesting. If you had, like, if someone said to me, if you had to either do live or television, what would I do? And I know I would do live. I love television, but I love it, like, because you have a real audience. You can feel them here. It's why I made them beg me to put an audience in. But if I had a choice, I'd always want to work live. What would you do, either act or direct?
Work live. I'm into living. What was the question? It was between directing and acting.
Directing
it's
and
whatever
dancing.
I'm doing at the time is my favorite thing. Like tonight, I got so excited about coming out here to do this and nervous and all of that, and that's good for you. When I'm directing, that's my entire life, and I'm totally constant. It's whatever you're doing at the moment. I'm very fickle.
Yeah, isn't that great?
I just love working in theater, you know. It's my thing.
And thank God there's still theater to work in. We'll be right back with this message of interest, so don't go anywhere with Mr. Tommy Tune. Okay.
Dusting with Pledge has kept this table beautiful for 28 years. And now Endust says watch out for buildup? Come on. Pledge is self-cleaning, so it cleans away old polish.
Pledge, a fresh shine every time.
Imagine changing brown eyes to blue. Now you can with Durasoft Colors contact lenses. Ask your eye care professional about Durasoft colors for vision or just for fun.
Are you the human called Madge the manicurist?
Well, that depends.
We're here to tell Earth about lemon, lime, palm olive.
If it's palm olive, I know all about it. Palm olive sides wallop tough grease.
And softens hands while you do dishes.
Hey, that's my line. What's even better, now there are 2 palm olives, lemon, lime, and original.
What's original?
Are you kidding?
You may not believe this, but now all you need on your heaviest days is a thin pad. Don't believe me? Well, let me show you just what I mean. You see, new Sure and Natural's improved to protect on heavy days. Inside, there's this new ultra-absorbent core that locks in wetness, even better than thick pads. So now that you can wear new Sure and Natural from day one, why wear anything else?
New Sure and Natural Maxi Shield, the thin pad you can wear from day one.
Ta mère est si belle, si mince. Est-ce qu'elle mange? Que tu es bête. Un peu moins avec ça. Fiber Trim, fait de grains et de citrus. Ça t'embête qu'elle soit si belle? Non, je connais tous ses secrets.
Fiber Trim, the European way to help you stay slim.
Coming up on Wednesday, the music of Chad and Jeremy. Stay tuned for more of The Late Show starring Joan Rivers after these messages.
Getting together with everyone, a good time's had by all. Thirsty Camel's got the fun.
Join in for all the fun at the Thirsty Camel. Watch Fort Wayne's finest fashions being modeled every Tuesday by Laritz Models and win a free hairstyling or clothing gift certificate through February. Also, register for the grand prize, 2 round-trip tickets to the Bahamas at Fort Wayne's new Spirits and Eatery, the Thirsty Camel.
Elegance with enthusiasm. Thirsty Camel.
We're committed. At Steve West Motors in Kendallville, we're committed to the finest service and lowest prices on new Pontiacs, Buicks, Oldsmobiles, and GMC trucks. In fact, we guarantee it. If we can't beat your best deal, we'll give you $100 in cash. Take the short drive to Steve West Motors, U.S. Highway 6, Kendallville. You'll be money ahead, and you can take that to the bank.
You're gonna love Steve West. Not the biggest, just the best.
My next guest or our next guest, because you and I look like we should be just dancing our hearts out together tonight. My next guest is a living example of the motto, he who gives while he lives also knows where it goes. I'm going to do a needlepoint on that. But his trademark is a silver dollar, and he once tossed over 16,000 of them along a parade route. I wish I had been there. He has a syndicated newspaper column called Thanks a Million, where people write in for money, assistance, and advice, and he gives them all 3. He also has a new book out called Ask for the Moon and Get It, which is a darling, interesting, fascinating book. Will you please help me welcome the generous Percy Ross? And you give away money to people that want it, as well as advice. What a wonderful thing to do.
I don't really give it. I share it with people. I share what I have.
But have you always shared what you have? What was the first time you did something like that?
Well, I always had the desire to share, but never had the means. But once I had the means, I started sharing.
When did you know you had enough money to start sharing?
When I got a check for $8 million.
How did you get a check from $8 million, and where do I write?
Well...
That was your first fortune that you made?
No, the last fortune turned out to be the best one I had. And after we did get the check, I divided it with my family so that my wife got her share of $2 million. Each of my boys got $2 million, and I kept $2 million. we decided to do our own thing with what we had. And I decided to invest mine so I could make more to share it with people less fortunate than myself.
So what do you do? How do you know who's asking you and really means it, or who's asking you for money and it's just a fraud? Have you ever had major fraud?
Oh, yes. I had a few, we'll go into that later, but I had a few people fool me once in a while, but I can afford it. They don't fool me for very much. 100 or 2 doesn't make much difference, but 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, we investigate pretty carefully, Joan. And for example, if somebody in this area should make a request for 1,000 or more, I'd probably ask you or Edgar to check them out for me to make sure they deserved it, you know?
Huh. Edgar's very nice, believe me. That's... But how do they write to you? Have you syndicated column? Explain to me.
I have a column, and I'm in about 150 different newspapers throughout the country. These people read the column, and at the bottom of the column is my address.
Right.
They write me, and they ask me for what they think they need, and something they would ask for which might make their life just a little bit better.
I have 3 letters here, and I'm going to read the letters, and you say whether or not you gave them what they wanted or you didn't, and your reasons for it.
Okay.
That makes sense? Okay.
Let's try it.
Here's a letter. Dear Mr. Ross, I am desperately trying to give up alcoholic beverages. I figure I should spend more of my time learning foreign languages like German and French. The cost of these 2 Berlitz language courses are $300 each. Will you send me $600 to cure my drinking habits? And you said?
I said that if I sent you money for German and French, I was afraid that they might spend it for scotch.
So that was a no. Okay. Okay. How about, dear Mr. Ross, could you do me a favor? I am 12 years old and starting to develop. Oh. My mother, like, develop habits. It just stops there. Could you do me a favor? I'm 12 years old and starting to develop, period. My mother just won't realize that I'm growing up. I need some training bras, and she won't get them for me. Could you please arrange for me to get some? I need about $22. I only get $2 a week allowance. Thank you very much.
I think I told her that trading bras were out of my line, but I was going to send her, I did send her $20 anyway to build her self-confidence.
This is lovely. And here's another one. Dear Mr. Ross, I immigrated here from Germany in 1938. I have reason to believe I may be a 5th or 6th cousin to Adolf Hitler. I would like, I'm just reading it. I would like a genealogical check, a gynecological check, which is more than I can afford. Will you help?
I think I told that party no, and if I were him, I'd keep it quiet.
Can we ask some people in the audience and see what you would say to them?
If you like.
Okay, because we asked before we came on the air. There was a man named Julius. Where is Julius? Julius, where are you? Stand up. Stand up. Here is Julius. Okay, Julius. All right. What do you want to know, and what do you want? Hang on. Here we are. Okay, Julius. Hello, darling.
Well, originally, when they asked me, I said that my dog had relieved himself of my rug several times, and I needed a new rug. You know. However, I did give it some thought, and I realized that that's really not the problem. You see, if I had, say, a nice house to let him run out in the backyard, we could also cure the dog of that problem.
Now, what would you say to that if a man asked you to get a rug because the dog is not housebroken?
How much you think it'd cost?
Oh, $100. For the dog or the house?
Dog in the house? You go with the dog, I'll give you $100.
For trading. That's lovely. John Hanley. John Hanley. Oh, look at you. All right, hello. I'll come up to you. It's okay. Hello. Nice to meet you, okay?
Nice to meet you.
What would you like? Yes, what would you like to ask Mr. Ross?
I have a non-profit corporation called Find the Kids. We try to locate runaway kids and get them back to their family.
What is it called?
We call it Find the Kids.
Find the Kids.
We need a used computer to track these kids And although we're not big, we're struggling, we would like to get a used computer, cost around $800.
What do you think, Tommy?
A used computer.
I just got some pretty good advice here from Tommy, and he says he thinks I should go along with you. We're going to get you a used computer.
I know we have to go to commercial. I want to ask you something, Mr. Ross. How much a year do you give away, approximately?
I'm not going to tell you.
All right. How do you know when it's time that you can't give away any more? Does your lawyer say to you that's it for the year? Is there some check on what you do?
Joan, I budget myself, and I hope that by the time I leave this world, it'll all be gone. So I have an idea how much I can give. I know I'm not going to live to be 170 years old, but I have enough to last me for a little while.
Well, if you're doing what you're doing, I just hope you live forever, and I hope the book, Ask for the Moon and Get It, is a huge success, because you're an incredible person. If you're on the level, you're just unbelievable. I think you're on the level. We'll be right back at the Special Olympics. Unbelievable.
The Late Show has been brought to you by Toyota, who offers a full line of 1987 cars and trucks. Who could ask for anything more? And by Stroh's and Stroh's Light. Now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is spoken here.
Tonight, you'll know how I feel.
It's hot. 16-valve performance. It's cool. Dynamic aerodynamics.
I just hope it's not too late.
The 1987 Toyota Celica. One thing it is not is dull.
Tonight, you'll know how I feel.
Who could ask for anything more?
Fire Brewing. It's more than a way to make Stroh's and Stroh Light. It's a family tradition, passed down from one generation to another for over 200 years. It's what guarantees that smooth, consistent taste for generations to come.
A good time's better with a good time beer. Stroh's is spoken here. Stroh's is spoken here.
We're talking cool.
The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea.
Two city boys, just one break from the big time. Mickey Rourke, Eric Roberts, Daryl Hannah, a television premiere, The Pope of Greenwich Village.
Thursday at midnight on Super 55.
All summer long.
From business lunches to banquets, promotion parties and retirements, whether it's a dining occasion for one or 401, you'll love the affordable elegance of the Rittenhouse in Bluffton. Enjoy lunch, evening dinner, or Sunday brunch, and call 824-3614 to reserve your special occasion dates at the Rittenhouse in Bluffton, where your table is always waiting.
Wrestling champion Rowdy Roddy Piper, palimony lawyer Marvin Mitchelson, and musical group Crowded House. So please watch it tomorrow night. Thank you tonight to Cloris Leach from Facts of Life, Tommy Toon stepping out, and I wish I was stepping out with you. You're just wonderful. And Percy Ross, Ask for the Moon and Get It. And you've got, what now?
A silver dollar for you.
Oh, thank you.
One for Melissa, one for Edgar, one for Tommy. I've got one for everybody in the audience. You stay right there.
Well, that's just great. Let's go and do it. Okay.
Joan Rivers Wardrobe by Valentino Couture, only at Eamon Wardy of Newport Beach.
When it's time to redecorate, it's time